Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
In the last class, we completed the topic of voters list, nomination of candidates, and certain important things which we have to, the election commissioner will take care while submission of nomination. One, a person who is submitting a nomination should give details about any serious criminal cases pending against him. Second, he has to give the details about assets and liabilities, and he should give the details of education qualification. This we have completed, and we were in the topic of election campaign, isn't it? I was discussing about election campaign. Election campaign is considered as the most interesting activity of election. Correct? In the next examination, that is monthly test examination, it is purely objective type examination. So each and every detail, please write down. Please write down the slogan. Garibi Hatao. The slogan belongs to which political party? Garibi Hatao is the slogan of which political party?
Indira Gandhi.
Political party. Which party?
Sir, Congress.
Congress. So
Congress.
please write down that. So Garibi Hatao is a slogan which is declared in the election of 1971 by late Srimati Indira Gandhi, representing the Indian National Congress Party. Okay, please write down. Second famous slogan, that is of Jay Prakash Narayan, that is Save Democracy. Save Democracy of Jay Prakash Narayan. What is the name of Jay Prakash Narayan's party? Jay Prakash Narayan's party's name. Which party he belongs?
Sir, Janata Party.
Janata
Sir,
Party.
Janata Party, sir.
Okay, can you tell me which political party started in India, in Karnataka, in line of Janata Party?
GDS, sir.
That is Janata Dal. Who was the founder of Janata Dal in Karnataka? Founder of Janata Dal in Karnataka?
Ramakrishna Hegde.
Ramakrishna Hegde. That's the right answer. Okay. Write down the third one. Who's that? Write down the third one. The left front used the slogan called land to the tiller. Write down. Left front used the slogan land to the tiller. What do you mean by left front? Which political party? Left front means? Left front means which political party?
CPM.
Yeah, CPI and CPM. CPI and CPM. CPI means Communist Party of India. Okay. CPIM means Communist Party of India, Marxist. Marxist. Who is Marx? Any answer? Who is Marx?
Sir, Karl Marx.
Yeah, Karl Marx. Kirtan, can you tell me who is Karl Marx?
Sir, he was one of the propounders of socialism.
Very good.
He was from Germany.
Karl Marx considered as one of the founder of communism. Today, which country is following the communism principle totally?
Sir, China and Cuba.
Okay, China and Cuba. Good. China and Cuba, it's a communist country. The philosophy of communism is started by Karl Marx in his famous book called Das Kapital. Please write down DAS, Das Kapital. Das Kapital is a book written by Karl Marx. And Karl Marx also, along with Friedrich Engels, written a book called Communist Manifesto. Please write down every detail because it may be a part of your examination. Communist.
Sir, can you say once again, sir?
Yeah. Karl Marx wrote a book called Das Kapital, DASCAPITAL.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Das
Yes,
Capital is considered
Karl Marx.
wrote a book called Das Capital, DASCAPITL, Capital, Das Capital, and Das Capital book considered as Bible of Communism. Bible of Communism. Karl Marx also wrote a book called Communist Manifesto. I repeat, Communist Manifesto. Communist Manifesto is written by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. Friedrich Engels. Friedrich Engels. Okay, Friedrich Engels and Karl Marx together wrote a book called Communist Manifesto. Karl Marx wrote a book called Das Kapital. Okay. So left front means which political party?
Communist Party of India.
CPI and CPM. Okay. Can you tell me which state in India presently ruled by the Communist Party?
Sir, Kerala.
Okay, Kerala is ruled by the Communist Party. Okay. Next item. Protect the self-interest of Telugus. Slogan by N.T. Ramarao. Protect the self-interest of Telugus. Slogan by N.T. Ramarao. N.T. Ramarao, leader of TDP. What is TDP?
Telugu Desam Party.
Okay. Can you tell me who is the present leader of TDP? Present leader of TDP? Have you heard a name called Chandrababu Naidu?
Chandra.
Yeah, Chandrababu Naidu is the present leader of TDP. Can you tell me the meaning of TRS? TRS.
Don't know, sir.
Yes. Telangana Rashtriya Samiti. Telangana Rashtriya Samiti is responsible for division of Andhra Pradesh into Simandra and Telangana. Okay. Okay.
More than 25 lakhs.
Okay. Please mute Kadar Patel. Deepak, please mute. Okay. Next try down. If any political party involved in following actions, that is bribing or threatening of voters, appealing to the voters in the name of caste or religion, use of government resources for election and election campaign, and spend more money, more than 25 lakhs for Lok Sabha and 10 lakhs for the constituency of assembly. If anyone violated those things, then it is considered as violation of election code of conduct. So according to the election code of conduct, every citizen in India should participate in the election in a free and fair manner. Means he should not be bribed by any political party, or he should not be threatened by the political party, or he should not be come under the influence of any political party. So these are the must conditions for smooth conduction of elections. Okay. Please write down what is code of conduct. Write down the term code of conduct. Are you with me? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, write down code of conduct.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Under code of conduct, the first point number 1. Use of any place of worship for election propaganda. Please write down. Code of conduct is a heading. Under the code of conduct, please write down.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you can tell once again.
Use of any place of worship. You are not able to
NL
see.
Use,
You are not able to
Okay,
see the
use of
PPT.
sir, you can see, sir, use of any place of worship for election.
Propaganda.
sir,
Yes,
you
sir.
can tell.
Okay, please write down here. Use any place of worship for election propaganda. That means a political party leader should not use church, temple, mosque, synagogue, fire temple, or any place of worship, maybe dargah. He should not use those places to conduct election meetings. If a person conducted election meetings in church, temple, dargah, mosque, fire temple, then it is violation of code of conduct. If any political party violated code of conduct, the Election Commission of India can declare their constituency or their nomination as null and valid. Means they can cancel the person from contesting election. Do you have any doubt? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Second,
Sir,
No,
you
sir.
told
bolo.
if any party gets involved in bribing or threatening voters,
Yes.
then it will become violating
Code of
code
conduct.
of conduct. No?
Yes, yes. That is also part of code of conduct only. Okay.
Sir, then this is also code of conduct only,
Yeah,
sir.
this is also part of code of conduct only. Okay. Next, use of government vehicles and official for election purpose. Use of government vehicles and government officials for election purpose. Take for example, if the elections are declared in the month of March, but if the chief minister is still there in power, but elections are declared. In such conditions, chief minister is called as caretaker chief minister. Why is called as caretaking chief minister?
Because the elections are held.
Yeah, because he has to take care of the government till the next election and new chief minister is coming. But at that time, he cannot use the government vehicles for election campaigns. So government vehicles should not be used for election campaign. Can you tell me why the government officer? Take for example, I am an employee of central government. I cannot actually participate in election process. In the sense, I cannot go for party rallies, or I cannot post party, or I cannot give lecture or speeches in the political party meetings. Sadar Patel is having a lot of funny images, emojis. Please avoid it. Can you tell me why the government officials are not allowed to use their vehicles for election campaign?
Because opposite parties will all be having that government vehicle.
Yes, because it will influence a voter. Take for example, in your village or in your town, if a party leader comes, when a party leader comes, along with NSG commandos are coming, or many police department, SP, DC, everybody is coming and standing, then less educated or uneducated people may think that he is a very, very powerful personality. They feel or not?
Yes, sir.
Sir, some are waiting in lobby.
I'll admit. Okay. Then third one, write down. Once elections are conducted, ministers shall not lay foundation stones for any project, take any big policy decisions to make promises of providing public facilities. This is very important. Whenever election is declared, then no political party can start new project. New projects cannot be started when an election declared. So that is every political party should follow. That is what they should not lay a foundation for any project or take any big decisions or make any promises providing public facilities. Take for example, if election is declared, then if the ruling party says that we will cancel the farm laws, or the loans, then it will definitely impact in the next election. Do you feel in India the sentiments also play a lot of role in elections?
Yes, sir.
Can you give an example? Do you feel the sentiments play a greater role in elections in India?
Yes, sir.
Can you give an example? No one is responding.
Sir means if the the person who is running for elections is of one caste means everybody of the caste will give vote for him only, sir.
Okay. So
In not looking at the developments he made, they will just blindly go and vote for him.
okay, okay, that's good. Kirtan is answering every now and then. What about others? No one is. Cadets, the very purpose of live class is need an interaction. Now, majority are not joining the live class. Today, if you see the participant list, participants are hardly 48 are there out of nearly
48, sir.
yeah.
Sir, everybody are waiting in lobby only, sir, more than half.
Nobody is waiting in lobby. I just said, na? Nobody's, no one is waiting in lobby. Nobody is waiting in lobby. Just
So they are messaging that everybody is in lobby,
that is
in
absolute
group.
nonsense because I am getting here message. Anyhow,
Yes.
that is your personal opinion, their personal opinion. But the very purpose of online class is that so that if you don't have power, if you don't have some, if you have some technical issues, but that I understand. But everyday technical issues difficult. Anyhow, it is what I told. I asked a question there.
Previous slide.
Sentiments play a role or not? Definitely, sentiments play a role. I'll give an example. When Indira Gandhi was assassinated, when she was killed, immediately elections were declared. And the next election, Rajiv Gandhi, son of Indira Gandhi, contested election. And at that time, the Congress party won the landmark seats. So don't you feel the sentiments worked there?
Yes, sir.
Say, take for example in the case of Prahalad Joshi's elections, not Prahalad Joshi, Suresh Angadi,
Anant Kumar Hegde.
Anant Kumar Hegde, then Suresh Angadi, I think in Belgaum.
Yes, sir. His wife won the election.
So in India,
Yes, sir.
sentiments play a greater role in the election process. Okay. So we completed the topic of nomination of candidates, sorry, election campaign. In that we also studied about the code of conduct. Now let us move to the next topic, that is polling and counting of votes. Polling is the final day of election. On the polling day, what happened? The Election Commission of India established polling booths. Please write down. Polling booths are generally established in a local schools or colleges or government offices. I hope you have seen polling booth. Maybe went along with your parents near to the polling booth. No, not inside. Anyone? Have you seen polling booth?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So,
My grandmother. Yes, sir.
okay. Maybe some of you helped your grandmother to go and cast her vote, whatever it may be. So, polling booths are generally situated in a nearby government offices. It may be school or a government office or a college. Inside the polling booth, there will be presiding officer, micro observer, and 3-4 staffs to check your credentials. What happens inside the polling booth, I'll explain. Once a person goes inside, then they will ask your EPIC card, that is election photo identity card. Then they will see a small slip. In that slip, it is your ward number and your voter list number will be mentioned there. So the presiding officer will loudly read your name. behind the presiding officer, major political parties representatives will be sitting inside the polling booth. Can you tell me why they are sitting inside the polling booth?
Don't know, sir.
Okay. Now imagine a small place. For example, is Chirag Deshnur is going for election, and I asked 9th ABC one representatives to sit inside, and the moment I call Chirag, and if instead of Chirag is Deepak is coming, can others identify him or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is called
Yes, sir.
proxy vote. So what happened in every election booth area, but it will not so effectively working in a urban places, but in a rural place, almost everybody know each other. So that's the reason why the party agents will be sitting inside the polling booth, so that to conduct election in a very, very fair manner. Okay. And they also put a ink mark on the finger. Why the ink mark on the finger?
Because they should not vote
To know
against us.
that they have voted someone.
That's an indication that they have already
No, that
voted.
they should vote only one time, sir.
And another indication that he
Sir, because of they should vote only one time.
another indication that he should not go and in personification, he should not go do a proxy vote in some other's name. That's the reason why the ink mark is put on the finger. And now once the entire process is over, then he is asked to go and stand in front of what? In front of
Polling booth.
Voting machine. Voting machines.
Machine
what is the
is there, sir.
Polling booth.
what is the name of voting machine? Huh? Voting machine is also called as EVM. What is the EVM?
EVM. Electronic voting machine.
Electronic
Voting machine.
voting machine.
Voting machine.
So electronic voting machine. So a person once he completed the process, he will be standing in front of EVM, that is electronic voting machine. And one more introduction. What is one more introduction now? Along with the voting machine, one more is there. What is that?
Sir, VVPAT.
That is VVPAT. VVPAT means whatever you pressed, whichever the political party pressed, you can see that image in that particular machine. Okay. So that is what the electronic voting machine. Earlier, the voters used to indicate by putting the stamp on a ballot paper. So earlier we had a ballot paper. Inside the ballot paper, we used to they used to dip the in ink, and we have to press our vote to the party which we wish to vote. And presently we have electronic voting machines or EVM. EVMs display the name as well as the party symbol of every political party. And EVMs considered as one of the best method of election, because what is the benefit of EVM? That we can count the vote in a very, very speedy manner. You can ask your parents, or if your grandfather or someone is there in your home, or even your father, you can ask. 20-25 years back, election result of Lok Sabha election, it used to take 1 month to get the result. At present, how much time it takes?
Some 10 to
Maximum
15.
1 week, sir.
At present,
1 hour.
at present, Lok Sabha election means maybe
1 week or 10 days, sir.
1 week. It may take hardly 1 day. Means if the morning 8 o'clock polling counting started, by evening we will get the clear picture of entire country. So imagine the speed of electronic voting machine. Another important benefit of voting machine is that earlier what happened, whenever we fold the paper like this, okay, then there is a possibility that the mark may be getting imprinted in other party also. Imagine if in two parties, in front of two parties, if the ink mark is their vote is a valid vote or invalid vote?
Invalid, sir.
Invalid.
Invalid.
Okay. And there is also enough possibility in many places in India those days. Some gundas used to capture polling booth and take out all the ballot papers, and someone will simply stamp on that and complete the election process. In EVM, electronic voting machine, once you casted your vote, automatically that machine get locked. Once again, the presiding officer should unlock to the next person to vote. So, electronic voting machine is very, very secure and very, very fast method of voting. Okay.
Sir, now new method has come, sir.
What?
Voting from home only, sir.
That is not yet implemented in
Father gets it, sir.
That is not yet
He only
implemented in India, because in India we don't have that level of cyber security. Because if that should be happen, then it will require a lot of technology, because somebody can enter from your mail now. So that's the of course, if that happen in India, that is fantastic, because many those who are in defense forces, those who are outside their home, working in some other state, definitely they can vote. But presently we have only postal ballots. We don't have a election method through the email system. That is not yet officially started in India. Clear? Are you there?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please write down the next topic. What makes elections in
Yes,
India
sir.
democratic?
Yes, sir.
What makes elections in India democratic? What makes elections in India democratic? This chapter is there for your monthly test. Okay. Now, which country is under terrible problem of attack by the terrorist group?
Afghanistan.
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 Afghanistan, sir. Afghanistan, sir.
Yeah, Afghanistan is facing a lot of problem, because the militant groups of Afghanistan, they capture the government, and Ashraf Ghani,
Deepak, turn off your camera. Sorry.
there is a rumor that he left away the country. Yesterday there are some incidents were going on. Maybe today officially it will be confirmed that he left the country to a safe place. So,
Tajikistan, sir.
closely observe several countries in the world, the democracy or the peaceful life is not there. We should always feel happy about our country, because India is one such country. Even though there is a dynamism or a difference of ideas, political parties, opinions and all, common man can lead a peaceful life in India, even though it is such a huge country population wise. Because the highest populated country, that is China, that is not democratic. The second largest populated country in the world is India, but we are democratic. That is the beauty of democracy, because some of you may feel that foreign countries or European countries or other countries are good. They are all good when you are in India. When you really land in those countries, then treatment for you, we Indians as a secondary citizens. They never consider us as the original citizens of that particular country. Okay. So in India, even though there are a lot of criticisms for the election system, but still we can say in India, elections are conducted in a, by and large, in a democratic method. How can we prove? The first one, you see, inclusion of false name and exclusion of genuine names in the voters list. So whenever elections are declared, what election commission is doing is they try to remove the names who the person is already dead or some false name. Then misuse of government facilities and officials ruling by the party. Third one, excessive use of money by rich candidates and the big parties. Intimidation of voters and rigging in the polling day. All these points, they definitely hamper the democratic process of our election. Many of these reports are correct. We feel unhappy when we read such reports in the newspaper. But unfortunately, they are not on such a scale as that defeat the very purpose of election. This becomes clear if we ask the basic question, can a party win an election and comes to power not because it is a popular support, but through election malpractice? This is a vital question. Let us carefully examine various aspects of this question. Now, can a political party in India, a question for you, can a political party in India win election purely because of spending money? Is it possible?
No, sir.
Not. Is it possible?
Sir, 50.
No, sir.
That is not possible. If that is possible, then there would not be no change in the ruling party, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Now, Congress ruled us almost 60 odd years, but after the, in between several other political parties also ruled us. So if money only plays, then definitely do you think there are many political parties or leaders who don't spend money but they still win? So money may play a role, but that is not the only possible reasons to okay. Now write down in India, what makes Indian elections are more democratic? Point number 1, we have Independent Election Commission. Write down EC, that is Election Commission.
भाई ये क्या था यार?
Who is that? We have
Can you say once more, sir?
Independent Election Commission. Please write down that. Independent Election Commission in India, the Chief Election Commissioner, he is called CEC, Chief Election Commissioner. He is appointed by the President of India. So the Chief Election Commissioner is appointed by the President of India. But once appointed, the Chief Election Commissioner is not answerable to the President or the government. So who elects the Chief Election Commissioner of India? Who elects?
President of India.
President of India.
India.
With the recommendation of whom? With the recommendation of? With the recommendation of central government.
Government.
With the recommendation of central government. But it is very clear that once he is appointed by the President and the recommendation of central government, but he is not answerable to the President, means he can work independently. Okay. Can you tell me one election commissioner, Chief Election Commission, who really made a drastic change in the election system in India? Have you heard of him?
Sir.
Okay. Whenever you get a time, you just Google a person called T.N. Seshan. T.N. Seshan. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Please read about a personality called T.N. Seshan. After T.N. Seshan became the Chief Election Commissioner of India, then only the Election Commission started actually using its power, which is given to Election Commission by the Constitution of India. So these are the important points. You see, election commission take the decision on every aspect of conduct and control of election. Second, it implements code of conduct and punish any candidate or a party who violates it. Third, during election period, the election commission can order the government to follow some guidelines, prevent the misuse of government power. Fourth, when election duty, the government officers work under the election commission, not under the government. So these are the important steps which election commission got a power. For example, as an employee, if I ask to do the election duty, that 1 week of election duty, I'll be directly under the control of Election Commission of India, not under neither Sainik School nor under Sainik School Society, but I'll be responsible directly to the Election Commission of India. So the Election Commission can strictly implement the code of conduct. Okay. So last 25 years, the Election Commission is working very, very powerfully. That's the reason we can proudly say that in India, elections are conducted in a democratic manner. Okay, you can ask any doubt. Last 5 minutes we can use for that.
Sir, why cannot
Huh?
rule the India, sir?
Who?
Why cannot president leave?
I am not able to get your question.
Sir, he is asking that why cannot the president rule the India?
President cannot rule India because ours is a parliamentary democracy. Ours is not a presidential democracy. When it become a presidential democracy because in India, Prime Minister, President is not powerful. It is Parliament is powerful. That's the reason why India, parliamentary democracy, Prime Minister is only powerful. In a presidential democracy, President is powerful.
Sir,
Sir, now in India it's a parliamentary democracy, then can it be converted to presidential democracy?
That should be done with the changing of the constitution. That is a very basic structure of the constitution should be changed. No, like in BOG meeting, that is Board of Governors meeting approved, then the Defense Ministry is approved. That's the reason why Sainik School is open for the Okay. So if you want to change into parliamentary to presidential, then the landmark change should be done in the constitution amendment. Okay then.
Sir.
Sir, can new government replace the president?
One at a time. What? Please repeat.
Sir, means Prime Minister, sir, after 5 years election has been done, so the Prime Minister can replace the president instead of before president.
Not possible because our constitution don't permit that.
President to have a party.
Pardon?
Means president can't openly tell that he supports to that party or this party.
Once he became president of India, then he is not belongs to any party. He is the president. That same case the prime minister also. Okay.
Sir.
Is it like president just judges whether the work is good or bad like that, sir?
President cannot do that because president in India is only a nominal head. He is not enjoying any power. He is a nominal head. So president cannot criticize the government's function.
So then what is president's role?
In case the government fails completely, then there should be someone who take care of the system. That is what. That is only in the emergency. That is not happened till now. Only when now Indira Gandhi was there in the power in 1975, emergency declared, the president ruled the country for a few months. That has happened only once. That is in the year 1975. emergency declared, you can ask your parents, they will explain about it because they may be face the emergency crisis. Anyhow, take care. We'll see you next class. Okay, bye. Anyhow, take care. We'll see you next class. Okay, bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.